I now give the floor to the representative of Algeria.
Thank you, President. At the outset, I wish to express our sincere congratulations to Panama for the successful presidency during the month of August. I also wish to convey our full support to the Republic of Korea for its presidency during this very difficult month of September. And also to commend the Republic of Korea for convening this important debate and convey my appreciation to USG Di Carlo and USG Lacroix and the representative of Germany for their briefings. I also thank Mrs. Jenna Russo for her presentation. I seize this opportunity to pay tribute to the Blue Helmets and express Algeria's gratitude for their tremendous sacrifices. President, we are at a crucial phase for UN peace operations due to a changing security landscape and challenging times for our organization. Last year, the Pact of the Future has set the tone through the request of a review of all forms of peace operations. And we reiterate our call for an inclusive consultation process to produce a comprehensive review that paves the way for adaptable, effective, and fit for purpose peace operations. In this regard, I wish to underline the following 3 points. First, mandate. Mandate is the key word. Its setting phase has to respond to a number of considerations to fulfill the expected requirements. The starting point could be in the mandate renewal resolutions that this Council adopts on a regular basis, with too often, minor technical adjustment. This exercise should not be undertaken in disconnection with the situation on the ground and with the current efforts to improve the performance of UN peace operations. Also, the impartiality of the pen holder and his ability to go beyond his national perception on the file beforehand are essential. Being a pen holder on a file under which a UN peace operation is deployed implies a particular responsibility to reflect the views of all members, thus contributing to a durable solution to the conflict on the agenda of the Council. However, moving away from this responsibility would undermine the collective efforts of the international community and multilateralism as a whole. Furthermore, setting the mandate of UN peace operation in the current context requires a great sense of adaptation to respond to the new realities on the ground. The new nature of threat differs completely from the traditional perception of security challenges and crises on which the presence of UN peace operation was built, where these UN operations were deployed to create buffer zones, separating two regular armies. We are currently facing different challenge with hybrid threat. Second, President, we believe in the power of partnerships. The implementation of the letter and spirit of Chapter 8 of the UN Charter is necessary, particularly in the current context of reform and review. However, we will need to show some ability to innovate more and to go beyond the lines we drew through the past years, the past decades, and put in place multi-dimensional partnerships. And we reiterate our call for more enhanced partnerships. First, with the host countries to strengthen the national ownership, and second, especially with regional actors, and in our case, with the African Union. The African Union should not be perceived only as a cheap military actor, cheap contributing military actor, but rather as a strategic political partner. Partnerships could also be set through trilateral mechanism where member states can put at the disposal of the United Nations, as well as troops and police contributing countries, their national experiences. In this regard, I reiterate my country's readiness to work with the UN and with troop and police contributor country in the field of capacity building and experience sharing, as announced during the last ministerial conference on peace building in Berlin. In this context, it is worth noting that my country, Algeria, has trained during the last decade more than 17,000 African officers from more than 30 African countries. Third, cost effectiveness. Cost effectiveness has to be our key word. The current financial challenges we are facing should be perceived as an opportunity, as a catalyst for reform, to improve the performance of peace operations. We need, in this regard, to make a clear distinction between cost effectiveness, prioritizing resources, and discriminate budget cuts. Cost effectiveness should not be equated with doing less. Rather, it should mean doing better, delivering more strategic, focused, and result-driven missions with the resource at hand. Cost effectiveness comes also through more investment in prevention, in mediation, and in good offices. It comes through investment in a viable political project around which the presence of a UN peace operations should be designed with a clear end state. President, to conclude, UN peace operations remains as an essential tool to maintain international peace and security, our mandate. They represent a clear expression on how multilateralism can contribute in stabilization and conflict resolution efforts. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Algeria for the statement.